Hello, I'm Carol Hilty, Superintendent of the Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind, CSDB. Welcome. I'm happy that you have decided to watch this program. I hope that you enjoy it. We welcome your feedback.
Learning from adult role models who are deaf or hard of hearing, presented by Outreach Programs, the Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind. The CSDB logo is displayed with the tagline, Learning, Thriving, Leading. Our presenter, Austin, is standing in front of a brick wall in the Library Media Center. He's communicating in sign language. Captions are below on screen. Title, Austin.
My name is Austin Balash, and I'm deaf.
Title, Growing Up and Family Support.
At about 18 months, my parents found out that I was deaf, and at first they were at a loss what to do, but I was very fortunate that my parents took ASL classes. And so we were all able to sign together, and the whole time I was growing up, I thought that we were the same. And I didn't understand until I got into school and started meeting some other deaf kids that their parents didn't sign. And I wondered, how do they communicate? I was very fortunate that my family was able to communicate so easily with me. When I was little, I would go to the grocery store and I would sign with other people. And the other people, I got some strange looks. And I thought that was the norm. I thought that everybody could sign, because my parents signed so early with me. And I was immersed in that world, and I thought that was the norm. I very quickly developed my identity as a deaf person, and I thought that was the typical experience, again, because my parents signed with me when I was so young. And the etiology of my deafness is unknown. The doctors did some tests and identified a hearing loss. People always ask me, how did you become deaf? And I tell them, I don't know why. I was chosen to be deaf. And growing up, I had the old personal FM system with the box and the wires that plug into your ears, the old-fashioned ones. And then I changed to hearing aids until about 6th grade. My mom realized that I was not getting much benefit from my hearing aids. I couldn't understand the speech, and all I was hearing was distortion and feedback, and I couldn't locate the source of the sound. So they weren't really working, and we decided that I would stop using them. And it was lucky that my family signed. I would arrive home and wouldn't use them anyway. Sometimes I would turn the music way up, but I couldn't understand the words. And so with my family, I didn't need the hearing aids, and I've had them off ever since, and I haven't used them, and I haven't used my speech.
Title, Education.
I did grow up in the deaf school, but I went to mainstream school from about 1st grade on. And I went back and forth between both programs, and I got to experience an interpreter in a hearing environment. And CSDB gave me that opportunity. And back at CSDB, I was able to experience the deaf classroom with deaf teachers. And so I really grew up in both worlds. And my experience with the two different programs gave me a very good understanding of both environments. And I really felt a connection to both. CSDB gave me the opportunity to interact with a variety of different people. Not only deaf people, but hard of hearing people, and people who are blind, and hearing people with special needs. And I realized that there are commonalities between us all. Through learning about deaf culture at CSDB and my experiences and interactions with the deaf community really contributed to the development of my identity. And through this process of meeting people, it really helped me become a better person.
Title, Advice.
Raising a deaf child, my parents had many concerns. How can my child ever grow up to be normal? And later they realized that normal is just a word and it doesn't really mean anything. So they placed me in a deaf school, and I really thrived. I was very happy. I could communicate, and my parents saw how happy I was, and they saw that communication, and they knew it was the right decision. When I was about 4 or 5 years old, I was already signing better than my parents. They were still learning, and so I would come home and I would teach them signs, and we would really teach each other. And through that experience, we developed a very strong bond. It's very important for families of deaf children to love your child and listen to your child, teach them, interact with them, learn from them, because their world is very different from yours. I'm very grateful that my parents were willing to learn. And if you have that interaction and that bond, your child will grow up and excel if you encourage them and support them. And if they can communicate in the home, then you can have deeper discussions about topics that pertain to their lives. Sometimes in school, I felt like there was too much drill and rote memorization, and that didn't really work for me. You really have to know the reason behind the learning. And so math, for example, the reason behind that is I'm in 3D animation, and I use math every single day. And so math has a reason for me. And really everything that you learn has a reason behind it. And teachers need to show kids that, the importance of learning, and that will inspire the kids to learn. There's really no easy road to success. It just takes hard work, facing your problems directly. And really, no matter your station in life, we're all the same in that we have challenges that we have to face and overcome. And for me, the motivation to be persistent, and my personality, I'm very stubborn, and I never give up. And it's also important that you be humble, and if you fail, ask for help. Really asking for help is the key. And if you're too scared or insecure to ask for help, how will anyone ever know that you need it? Ask for help. There are people that are willing to help you. In my experience, anytime I failed and asked the teachers for help, the help was there. And that really helped us develop strong relationships.
Title: University and Career.
After graduating from CSDB, I went to Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah. And out of the 30,000 people at the college, there were only 6 deaf people. And so that experience was a huge difference from CSDB, where we're all deaf. And then I got to college, and it was much different. But the mainstream setting really helped me get used to using an interpreter in class. Wasn't a bad transition. And CSDB really helped me prepare. All the writing and the research that I did back in high school that I thought was pointless, I realized really applied when I got to college. And so I'm very grateful to CSDB that those skills were able to transfer to college. And college was a lot tougher. There's a lot more work, of course, but I adjusted. I got used to it, and I really loved college. That gave me very valuable life experiences. It taught me to rely on myself, be independent. I had to find an apartment and pay my rent without my parents. I had to cook my own food. I had to buy everything myself. And I really thank my parents for preparing me, but all these experiences really helped me become an adult. When I first got to college, my major was mechanical engineering, because I remembered how much I loved math and science and building things and the creativity that was involved in that. And so I got into college, and I was in my mechanical engineering classes, and it just didn't fit. It wasn't the right fit for me. So I was thinking about what to do next, and I met with my advisor and explained my situation. And my advisor suggested animation. And so I tried it. I took the classes, and I really fell in love with it. And I felt like that was what I was supposed to be doing. I got into my classes and really realized that back at CSDB, all those art classes that I took and enjoyed really applied to what I was learning in my major. And I didn't get into the program right away. My first application was denied, but I was persistent, and I applied again and got in, and just really enjoyed it. There were 14 of us in my major. It was a big university, but the program I was in was very small, and we became very close. Some of them already knew ASL, and we were able to teach the others, and it was just a wonderful experience. And over the course of 3 years, my illustrations really improved. I learned a lot about producing 3D animation. And this was every day from 9 in the morning until 9 at night. I would wake up at 9, go to class, go to work. I had to support myself. I had to develop my skills as an animator. I had to fit lunch in there somewhere. And this went all the way till 9 at night. And I would get home and I was just exhausted every day, 9 to 9 for 3 years. And through all this, I really learned the value of hard work. Hard work is important if you want to succeed. People that are lazy, not willing to work, are not going to succeed. They're going to fall further and further behind. And there are people out there that are going to work hard, and you have to keep up with them. And that's how you're going to succeed. And I was involved working on 2 films, Estefan and Owned. And in my program, we produced a film every year. So I was involved in Estefan, and we won an Emmy for that. And it felt great that our hard work paid off. With Owned, that was my senior project that we worked on. And we actually got 2 awards for that, an Emmy and an Oscar. And it was a great feeling to be recognized for the enormous amount of effort that was put in. And if you work hard, you can succeed.
Title: BYU Student Animation Projects. Owned and Estefan. Title: Owned.
Tommy, are you keeping an eye on your sister?
A boy is sitting on the floor playing an online video game beside his baby sister. The screenshot shows the video game. Tommy is competing against an adult male.
Life gets more fun with a bigger gun. I will feast on your soul.
Ready. Fight!
Title: Estefan. Estefan, a hairstylist, is standing on a chair that is rotating clockwise. The full videos can be viewed at animation.byu.edu. Owned 5 minutes, Estefan 6 minutes.
I'm currently working as a freelance contractor for different companies, making 3D designs and movies. And now I've started working for a company in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, a big city in Malaysia. And I work with a group of deaf people, and we work for a company called Catapult Animation Studios. And this company's been around for a while in Malaysia, and it's traditionally been staffed by hearing people until they started production on a show called Sinus, which is a sign language show. It's a show it's geared toward children. It's got all these cute animals that sign, and so these children can learn sign language. And as soon as the company started production on this show, they hired a group of deaf people, and my role is to train this group in the techniques of 3D design and animation, making sure everything looks right, make sure the lighting is correct. I'm really looking forward to this opportunity. I'm very excited to go. I always envisioned myself after graduation, out in the world, moving to a big city, but working directly with the deaf community is very close to my heart. I'm really excited to go work on Sinus with them.
Title: Closing Thoughts.
It's very important that you as parents know that deaf people, it doesn't matter, deaf, blind, people with special needs, everybody has potential. Everyone has that spark inside. Never minimize their efforts. Never tell them they can't do something. It's really important that you recognize the skills they do have and really foster those and encourage them, because, my parents supported me in everything I did. My drawings, even though they were just doodles, my parents really encouraged me to develop those skills. When I started playing football, my parents gave me the support that was necessary for me to feel like I could succeed. And everybody can succeed. Everybody in the world. It doesn't matter. Deaf or blind, people with special needs, it doesn't matter. We're all people. And we can all succeed together.
This has been a production of the Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind, 33 North Institute Street, Colorado Springs, Colorado, 80903, 719-578-2100, www.csdb.org. Videography by Deb Branch. Narration, Corey McCormick. Captioning, Bonnie Otmar, Corey McCormick. Audio description, Jim Olson. Editing assistants, Diane Covington, Dr. Laura Douglas.
Grandpa. Grandpa. Grandpa.
Grandma. 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 Next week, we're going to Grandma and Grandpa's house.
Okay. Will Grandma bake a pumpkin pie?
Yes.
I will watch football with Grandpa. 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 Grandpa.
Grandma. Grandma. Grandma.
Supporting language growth using daily activities with children who are deaf or hard of hearing.
Hello there. I'm Diana Covell. I am the American Sign Language Specialist here at the Colorado School for the Deaf and Blind. I want to take a minute to talk to you about the importance of exposing deaf children to language. It is critical. And the deaf child learns the language visually. So again, you have to expose them to American Sign Language as well as hands-on activities. It's very important to expose them to the language at a young age and throughout their life.
Intentional language teaching through cooking activities.
Now, we're going to talk about cooking. You know what that is?
Cooking.
We're going to make muffins.
Cookies.
You sign it like this.
Not like this. Ooh, I love it, and I like them too.
What do we have here, girls? Take a look at these words.
Chocolate.
Chocolate is right. Chocolate what, though?
Muffins.
Chocolate chip. See the word chip here on the box? Spell it for me, girls.
C-H-I-A.
What? Take a look again. We have a P here.
Oh, P, darn it, P.
You know, you
Let's
got
do it again. Let's do it again. Read the recipe, connect language to the print, review the vocabulary for the ingredients, review measurements.
What do we have here?
Water, water.
What do we need to pour? Water is right. What's this? This is called oil. O-I-L. Is this water, girls?
Yep. No.
Silly, it's not. How many eggs do we need?
Two.
2 is correct. What do we have here?
Hot.
Where are we going to get something to heat up? Right, we need to get the oven going. And what number do we have here?
4. Oh, I got it.
4, 2, 5.
5.
Okay, all righty.
All right.
First we have to go get the oven going.
Foster independence by allowing the child to do as much as they can.
Look at the red number here. It says 350. That's not right. We want 425. We need to see that. let's take a look at this. Okay, here we go. We need to have cupcake holders. Do you want to help? Do you need help? Each take one. Here you go. Okay, and place it carefully in the tin here. So this is a paper cup.
Paper.
Again, paper cup. We don't want to not have that in there, because if we do that, what could happen?
Get hot. It'd be hot.
And it would get sticky, and we don't want that to happen, so the paper cup will take care of that. And then when they're done, you peel it off.
You gotta stir it.
Right, we have to stir it. What's this, girls? What is this?
It's a bowl, and we stir.
There you go, it is a bowl. And go ahead and stir with the spatula. Let's look at the first ingredient we need to put in.
Narrate everything to build vocabulary. Multiple repetitions critical.
Let's cut this and pour it into the bowl. You don't cut it all the way, just a little bit.
I'll do it. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, it smells good.
What does it smell like? What does it smell like?
Like chocolate. I like chocolate.
You're right, it's chocolate chip. Next we need water.
Dump in the water, dump in the water.
How much water do we need? Take a look here. We need 3/4 cup.
3/4.
And where's 3/4 at? Can you show me?
3/4?
Where's it at? I'm not seeing it there. Look over here. There we go. I found it. Good job. You're doing it slowly. Very good. Now your turn.
Stir it.
Oh, not yet. We gotta wait. We gotta get some oil in there first. See, take a look at the recipe. How much oil do we need, girls? 1/4.
1/4. Right there.
There you go. Good job.
Do it slow, do it slow.
Good. Okay, we're done with that.
Eggs, eggs.
Okay. All right, put the shell over here. Great.
Oh, good. Look at it. It smells good.
You like that? Very good. Mix it a little bit more. Do you think she needs to mix more?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
In a little bit, we'll do that.
We're done.
Just put a little bit of the mixture in each paper cup. Go ahead and dump it.
More, more. Is that right?
It's not perfect, but that's not the point. They're enjoying their time. They're having fun. It's so important to read to them. It might be challenging for them, yes, but you can sign with them as well. Okay, good job, girls. I'm impressed. Now go ahead and lick the spoons and enjoy yourselves. Okay, now what do we do?
Put it in there.
Okay, we put it in the oven.
In the hot.
Yes, you need to be very careful. It's hot. All right, how many minutes do we need to bake these? Where do you see that, girls, on the box?
16.
16 minutes.
Expose them to vocabulary within their surroundings.
I have a question for you. What is this called?
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
And freezer.
Or you could do this, REF. Here we have the microwave.
Microwave.
What do we have here?
Hot. Oven.
Oven, correct. OVEN. This was a lot of work, admittedly. But again, it's so important to expose those children to language. And again, it can be exhausting. However, language needs to be repetitive and just continuously expose them to that language. And they might not necessarily memorize it, but it will click at a later date. So again, reiterate the vocabulary within your environment. And thank you for watching.
Intentional language teaching at a playground. Many young children learn language progressively, and it's important to expose them and expand on topics and explain things to them. Be creative. Play around with the language with the young children is very essential. Many kids notice their surroundings, but tend not to actually know what it is. It's important that, and it takes time, and have your patience, to expose them to the language and pull that language from them. Ask them questions. Have a dialogue about the activity. So what are you doing right now?
I'm going to climb.
Oh, and where are you going to go? You're going to go all the way around? That's a lot of hoops to go through.
I'm going to climb them all.
Are you going to climb like this or like that?
Like this.
Okay, let me see you do it. Wow, you're quick. You're good at it. Incorporate imaginative play. You can't touch the ground. There's alligators and sharks down here. This is all water. I'm standing in the water? Do you think I'm safe? You like to climb, but what else do you like to play on? What other equipment do you like? What else do you like around here? Do you like the swings, the slides? What else do you like to do?
Swings.
The swings. Why do you like to swing? Do you like to swing up really high?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like that, huh? Or do you just like to swing a little bit? Or really, really high?
Really high.
You know how to do it that way? You know how to kick your legs and pump? You don't need anybody to push you? You can do it all by yourself? Oh.
Grandpa. Grandpa. Grandpa.
Grandma. 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 Next week, we're going to Grandma and Grandpa's house.
Okay. Will Grandma bake a pumpkin pie?
Yes.
I will watch football with Grandpa. 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 Grandpa.
Grandma. Grandma. Grandma.